We have been joined so far by some of the biggest names on the Cavs beat, and now we are joined by Cleveland.com's Chris Fedor, maybe arguably the biggest name on the Cavs beat.
You know why he's the
not
biggest?
True.
He's the one that travels.
He's arguably the greatest bowler in the media of all time.
I've got a varsity letter to prove it.
He really does that. He really does that. So he is kind of famous, though.
These guys are all about to go tee off in about 29, 30 minutes. They're so thrilled that they're joining us beforehand. And as we were talking in the break, we had Joe Varden on a second ago. And he said he's an 8 handicap, which is just obnoxious. That's too good to be a bad golfer. Not good enough to be a great golfer. It's in that perfect, annoying range. But is he the best golfer on the Cavs beat?
Well, I can tell you who's not the best golfer on the beat, and it's Jason Lloyd.
Fact.
But beyond that, yes, it is pretty annoying that Joe has elevated his game to a different level. And I don't know how he's doing it because he's on the road a lot. He's obviously older, so his body doesn't recover as quickly as some of us on the beat. But he's got this Garmin set up in his garage. It's basically a TrackMan in his garage. He's turned his garage. His cars park in the driveway now because he has turned his garage into this TrackMan practice facility.
That's crazy.
And he tinkers with his swing more than Tiger Woods.
I believe it.
He is that kind of guy.
I believe
he is that interested in the mechanics of the golf swing. But because he's done all of that work on his swing, his ceiling has gotten to a completely different level, and I would say that he has become the best on the beat, but it is close because Danny's right there with him. I think I'm right there with him as well. My handicap is a 9.2, I want to say. So we're right there in the same kind of range, but he can go low more frequently than we can go low.
So a quick apology to the viewers because they're not all going to feel this. But I'm here. We're getting ready to do the show. Yeah. I notice Chris. We give each other a nod, and I take a second look at Chris. It's Monday. It's sunny. It's the off season. But he's got to have his backpack when he comes in.
Because
you just never off
you
the
never
clock
know
because of what's going on.
Never.
Yeah. And I'm just like, man, I feel that deep in my whole soul.
I've got so much stuff prepared too, but I still need the backpack with me
just in case.
And I had to have a conversation with my boss last night, last night, to kind of go over, all right, what are the mechanics of this if it all goes down? So that bag, that computer bag, is going to be next to me on my golf cart so that I'm ready to go. I got my hotspot working. Everything's going here.
He got a floppy disk and a thumb drive. Let me put my thumb drive in here. We're ready to go, bro. That's wild, bro. Like, shout out to y'all. Listen, they can get hold of me. I'd be asleep. They'd be like, do you know that LeBron signed? I said I would sleep. You know how it goes.
I've got the story if he picks Cleveland. I've got the story if he doesn't pick Cleveland.
You know, when we talk about the whole LeBron thing, I need somebody. So you guys are very professional. Come in here and lie to me. I need y'all to lie and tell me you know something that I don't. Like give me a factless rumor, whatever it's going to be, because I'm confused right now. There's nothing I can grasp onto, and it's very unsettling.
See, that's the problem right there, G. Bush, is that we have heard a lot of stuff, right? But this you cannot get wrong.
Right.
You have to be responsible, and there are consequences for doing this the wrong way in our job. Like, we can have these random people on Twitter.
Yeah.
There are no consequences to them being wrong. So all of us have heard all of these different chaotic things and these crazy rumors and stuff like that. And we just have to sit on it and try and verify it as best as we can.
Man, that's crazy. See,
what is your favorite crazy random rumor you've heard? Because there have been so many out there. The Cupcake Lady. I heard someone say he's not picking till the end of the month because the moon will align with his. What are the horoscope?
The summer solstice.
What has been your personal favorite of these completely nonsensical rumors?
I think the thing that I saw was that there was a list of school applicants in some school in Philadelphia, and there was Zuri James on it. That's the craziest one that I've seen. Yeah.
That goes way back to 14. That stuff was happening.
I know, and who knows what's real anymore?
Impossible to tell.
It's impossible.
I mean, somebody might have just went down in their basement, wrote that on a piece of paper, and tried to get it verified or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, this is crazy. From a standpoint of just basketball.
Yeah.
How does LeBron solve some of the things or deficiencies that we saw with the Cavaliers against the Knicks? Or is there a solve, or is it a work in progress if they still get him?
That's the interesting thing, I think, about LeBron's fit to Cleveland. I don't think it's the cleanest basketball fit. I don't think it's the best basketball fit, but I think it's it's fitting enough. And the thing that I always say about LeBron is that you can put him on Mars and he's going to find a way to fit alongside 4 other guys. He's a chameleon. He'll sacrifice his game for the betterment of the team. He'll do the things that are required to win. He can play a bunch of different positions. He can play a bunch of different roles. So I don't think from a basketball standpoint, they're going to be a great defensive team because you got James Harden, you've got Donovan Mitchell, you've got LeBron at the end of his career. But LeBron will always find a way to figure it out. And he'll find a way to make everybody around him the best version of themselves. And I think where LeBron will impact this organization the most is the behind the scenes stuff. He is a champion. He knows what it looks like. He knows what it feels like. He knows the habits that you have to instill. There's a maturity that he brings both on the court and off the court. And he will mix it up. If he doesn't like the way that things are going behind the scenes, he will cause chaos and cause drama on purpose because he wants these guys to learn how to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. That was something that he always said in his 4-year run here in Cleveland when he had Kyrie, when he had Deion Waiters, Kevin Love. He would do things on purpose to create an uncomfortable environment so that those guys had to feel it and go through it. And then when they faced that in the playoffs, they were ready for it.
We'll get you out of here on this, Chris, because I know you want to get to the range and get warmed up.
Oh, I need all the work.
Do the Cavs have a plan B if LeBron does decide to go elsewhere?
Is there a plan B if you miss out on LeBron James, who played at an all-NBA level and who, was an all-star last year and led the Lakers to a playoff series win over Houston with no Austin Reeves, basically, and no Luka Doncic, and he was playing alongside Luke Kennard and Jackson Hayes and Rui Hachimura. Think about that.
That's crazy.
He was the best player on the floor in that series. So I don't think there is a plan B where you're like, hey, we saved the offseason or we feel good about the things that we accomplished this offseason. Because the other thing, guys, is that they went into this offseason, they had no money to spend anyway. The most that they could offer free agents was the veterans minimum. They could not afford Tim Hardaway Jr. They could not afford Chris Middleton at this stage of his career. They couldn't afford Jose Alvarado. Like, he was too expensive for them. So that's all that they could offer free agents from the very beginning of all of this. And that's part of what makes LeBron potentially appealing is that Rich Paul came out and said, it's not about money. So you feel like you're getting maybe the greatest value in the history of the NBA, depending on the contract that LeBron is going to sign. So the plan B, from everything I understand, is Jonathan Kuminga in a potential sign and trade. But you go from LeBron James to Jonathan Kuminga. Like, I mean, that's going from Joe Varden's golf game to Jason Lloyd's golf game.
That's crazy.
Full circle. That's why Chris Fedor is the best. Chris, thank you so much. Best of luck today.